right now on 15 News Now.
I'm tracking more thunderstorms for the area, and there are new revelations on NSA programs. Also, immigration reform is still a hot topic for Congress, plus protecting sea turtles on the beach. 15 News Now starts right now.
Coverage you can count on. 15 News Now starts now.
New revelations about the National Security Agency programs that spy on our internet activity. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dustin Kopp. Our top story on 15 News Now. NSA leaker Edward Snowden says tech companies in the U.S. have given the government full access to all of our online communications. The NSA has claimed that it only targets foreign traffic, but Snowden says that's not true.
The NSA doesn't limit itself to foreign intelligence. It collects all communications that transit the United States. Companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, they all get together with the NSA and provide the NSA direct access to the back ends of all of the systems you use to communicate, to store data, to put things in the cloud, and even just to send birthday wishes and keep a record of your life.
Snowden is hiding from the U.S. government. If your child goes to Taylor County schools, be prepared for them to be there a little bit longer than last year. Starting in the fall, the district will be lengthening the day about 25 minutes. Superintendent of Schools Paul Dowell says this will help both the students and the teachers.
Back years ago, as we were going through the budget crunch that we were doing, we cut back the hours of school back to the minimum amount that is required through the FEFP for funding to save energy cost. And our principals, now that we've gone through that, they've requested that we get that time back to lengthening the school day for instructional time.
Dowell says not only will this give teachers and students more instructional time, but it will also give teachers more planning time. The abortion battle is back in place in Texas after a bruising defeat just 2 weeks ago. Texas Republicans are trying again to pass restrictions on late-term abortion, this time in a special session. Thousands of activists on both sides of the debate are flooding the Texas Capitol. Ephraim Graham has more.
The nation's eyes are focused on Texas as the abortion debate comes back to life this week. Thousands of protesters are outside the Capitol. Pro-life supporters wearing blue, pro-choice supporters wearing orange. Texas Republicans are determined to pass the tough new abortion restrictions they failed to approve last month.
This is going to pass. Peaceful, diligence, persistence, patience.
A House vote is scheduled for today, but first, legislators will spend hours debating the measure. If it passes, the bill would ban most abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy, citing the belief that unborn babies can feel pain by that stage. The measure would also require abortion clinics and abortion doctors to comply with the same standards as the rest of the medical field. Critics say the bill would shut down most of the abortion clinics in Texas.
We think it's bad for the state of Texas to be waging this kind of fight against the women of this state, but we will fight it.
The initial House bill failed after Democrat Senator Wendy Davis filibustered for nearly 10 hours. And then, unruly protesters continued to run out the clock.
People have relayed to me that never in the history of Texas have they seen that type of a mob rule come in and discombobulate a legislative session.
Governor Rick Perry called a special session so lawmakers could take up the measure again. This time around, fevers continue running high. Last week, this video emerged of anti-abortion protesters singing Amazing Grace as abortion rights activists chanted back, "Hail Satan." Governor Perry vows that this time the bill will pass.
Texas is a place where we defend life. I mean, that's the powerful message here, and that's what we're focused on.
This could be his last chance to push the measure through. Perry announced yesterday that he will not seek a fourth term in office.
That was Ephraim Graham reporting. Authorities say 2 horses were each 200 pounds underweight when they were found boarded up in a stall at a South Florida ranch. The horses were kept without food or water for months in an 8 by 10 foot stall at a boarding facility in Miami Gardens. The horses survived by eating wood and their own manure. Police began investigating at the facility after receiving a report about animals that appeared to be extremely thin. The horses found Sunday have been moved to a rescue ranch in South Miami-Dade County. Looking at our forecast throughout this evening, we'll see a partly sunny sky at 7 p.m. Temperature around 88 degrees. By 9 p.m. down to 82, still on the warm side. A partly cloudy sky at midnight and a temperature of 76. We'll be seeing thunderstorms on your Wednesday, and how about some heat to go along with it? I'll let you know about that coming up later in your Storm Tracker weather forecast. When we come back, immigration reform is still a hot topic for Congress. That story coming up only on 15 News Now.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
When I lost my job, I needed health benefits from my family, so I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. But wait, there's more. ICANN has programs that connect you with licensed doctors round the clock from wherever you are. And as a special bonus, if you call right now, we'll send you a no-cost, no-obligation Humana prescription drug savings card just for calling.
That's a savings of up to 50% off your prescriptions at 54,000 participating pharmacies nationwide.
You're watching 15 News Now with Fred Dawkins and Dustin Kopp. 15 News Now continues.
Immigration reform is one of the issues topping the list for Congress as it heads back to work after the 4th of July holiday. Many conservative House members don't like the new Senate immigration bill passed with the help of Republicans, which provides a pathway to citizenship for millions of immigrants who entered the country illegally. John Waggy says the bill has divided Republicans.
The bill as amended is passed.
Many House GOP members don't like the new Senate immigration bill passed with the help of Republicans. And on the Sunday talk shows, they use the word concern more than once.
But my concern with the Senate bill is that they put the legalization of 11 million people ahead of security. The legalization happens first, and then the security happens second. And I think the American people are not going to stand for that.
Arizona Senator John McCain is one of the so-called Gang of 8 Republican and Democratic senators who wrote the immigration bill. He says the Senate is ready to work with the House.
And I believe that if they can come up with a bill, we would be more than eager to negotiate with them. A failure to act is de facto amnesty for 11 million people living in the shadows. I think wherever you are on that issue, there's agreement on that. So then shouldn't we sit down together and solve this issue, not only for the good of the Republican Party, but for the good of the nation?
But a large number of House Republicans are not willing to hand Democrats a political victory while passing what they see as a bad law. House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Michael McCall also used that word, concerned.
I'm deeply concerned that the effort should be bipartisan. Border security on my committee was a unanimously approved, completely bipartisan bill. My concern is that the political backdrop could be that the White House would like to see this fail in the House so that he can blame the House of Representatives for that and then try to take back the House of Representatives, and then all bets are off on his agenda.
House members heard from their constituents over the 4th of July break and will meet privately Wednesday to determine their strategy. Leaders say it may be at least September before lawmakers take final action.
James Williams was recently arrested as part of an undercover narcotics operation. Williams was arrested in Pancia without incident and charged with possession of more than 20 grams of high-grade marijuana, which had an estimated street value of $7,000. Williams was transported to the Wakulla County Jail, where he later posted a $3,000 bond and was released. As the investigation continued, narcotics detectives discovered a second parcel belonging to Williams that was suspected to contain additional high-grade marijuana. WCSO detectives acquired a search warrant to open the second package and discovered an additional 149.8 grams of similar quality marijuana. The street value of the marijuana was estimated at $3,000. Williams was charged with possession of more than 20 grams of marijuana with intent to sell. He was arrested on Monday during a traffic stop and transported to the McCulloch County Jail. He remains there under a $25,000 bond. Authorities are searching for clues about a human skull found near a ninth hole of a South Florida golf course. Margate police say divers doing maintenance on an irrigation line Monday found the skull in a clay pot in a canal at the Oriole Executive Golf Course. Police say the pot was found in water between 10 and 15 feet deep. The skull has been sent to the Broward County Medical Examiner's office. A waterspout came ashore in the Tampa Bay area. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office says deputies saw the waterspout coming ashore Monday evening in Oldsmar. Authorities say the waterspout caused damage to the shingles of a home, knocked down tree branches, and a mailbox. No injuries were reported. However, the sheriff's office says the homeowner saw the waterspout coming and left her home before it came ashore. When we come back, protecting sea turtles on the beach. That story coming up only on 15 News Now.
Health insurance update.
This just in for all uninsured Americans with or without pre-existing conditions. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. Meanwhile, medical problems continue to be the #1 cause of bankruptcies. Here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans, and yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the number on your screen now, and in less than 10 minutes, you could receive a choice of affordable plans from the Hotline Network. This is not a discount card. You will have access to doctors, hospitals, dental care, infant care, and emergency services. Call the Health Insurance Hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Call 800-794-0825. That's 800-794-0825. Call now.
On Monday, we told you that people aren't the only ones who find Florida's beaches a necessary part of summer. Sea turtles, too, need the use of the beach. Lou Earnhardt is a biology professor at the University of Central Florida, and he says the protection offered to sea turtles under the Endangered Species Act has much success.
A little protection goes a long way. If we keep the beaches healthy, we can assure their existence into the next century.
Elizabeth Fleming says because of the beaches that are habitat for turtles and other wildlife, people should remember to take their trash with them, even leftover food.
Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints when you go to the beach, and people don't think about raccoons, seagulls, even ants destroy nests every year.
Fleming explains that the animals that might be attracted to food pose a danger to turtles and their nest. Female sea turtles come ashore from May to October to lay their eggs, which hatch about 60 days later. Lights on the beach can confuse the turtles and cause them to go the wrong direction away from the water. 46-year-old Johnny Bedgood of Madison was convicted Monday by a federal jury on charges that he possessed powder cocaine and more than 28 grams of crack cocaine with intent to distribute, that he possessed firearms in furtherance of the drug trafficking offense, and that he possessed firearms after felony convictions, according to the United States Attorney's Office for Northern District, Florida. The charges against Bedgood were based upon a search warrant executed in Madison on August 16th of last year. Law enforcement seized more than 90 grams of crack cocaine, more than 100 grams of powder cocaine, 2 loaded handguns, drug ledgers, and a variety of drug paraphernalia from Bedgood's Madison residence. Sentencing is scheduled for September 26th. Carnival's Conquest cruise ship departed Mobile about 2 hours late on the shortened cruise to the Bahamas. The New Orleans-based ship docked at Mobile on Sunday because the Mississippi River was closed to ships due to a tugboat that was sinking. It was supposed to depart about 4 p.m. Monday afternoon, but it got away about 6 p.m. that evening because a bus carrying baggage arrived late from New Orleans. The 3 Ohio women held captive in a Cleveland home for a decade are speaking out for the first time. Amanda Berry, Gina DeGiz, and Michelle Knight recorded a video in their attorney's office last week and released it on YouTube late Monday evening. The 3 women sat side by side and thanked the public for their prayers and encouragement.
I want to thank everyone who has helped me and my family through this entire ordeal. Everyone who has been there to support us has been a blessing.
I don't want to be consumed by hatred. With that being said, we need to take a leap of faith and know that God is in control. We have been hurt by people, but we need to rely on God as being the judge.
2 months have passed since Barry yelled for help from behind a locked screen door on May 6th. The revelation brought the world's attention to the Cleveland home, where the trio had been held against their will. Former bus driver Ariel Castro is the suspect in the case. He is waiting to stand trial on 329-count indictment on charges of kidnapping and rape. When we come back, I'll be latest storm tracker weather forecast. Will we see any thunderstorms on your Wednesday? Well, I'll let you know.
Mom! Mom?
This mom was lucky that her daughter happened to stop by. Can your mom or dad reach a phone in such an emergency? The solution is Life Alert. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes.
Linda, thank you for finding Life Alert for me. I feel much safer having it.
Whenever my mother needed help, Life Alert was there.
Because of Life Alert, my mother's life was saved.
Life Alert definitely saved my mother-in-law's life that day. There's no doubt about it.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. That's 1-800-821-5206. Call now, 1-800-821-5206. For a free brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. 1-800-821-5206.
Here is your Storm Tracker forecast.
And welcome back. Currently we have a partly cloudy sky out there and a temperature of 91, but look what it feels like, 96 out there. Current dew point 71 with 59% humidity and a west wind at 5 miles per hour. Throughout the Big Bend, we're going to continue to see off and on showers and thunderstorms isolated in nature. We're also going to see temperatures on the hot side, and it looks like it's going to be very humid as well. Here's what our forecast looks like if you're going out and about. We do have those isolated thunderstorms off and on, some possibly heavy at times, but we're going to continue to see those off and on. Forecast for this evening, if you're going out and about, temperatures in the 80s for most of the evening. Partly sunny sky at 7 p.m., 88 degrees, 82 by 9. By midnight, partly cloudy and a temperature of 76. Lows tonight, still on the warm side throughout the Big Bend, 71 degrees for your overnight low. Isolated thunderstorms, south wind 5 to 10. For tomorrow, good chance of thunderstorms off and on, 89 degrees does it for a daytime high with a south wind switching over to a southwest wind 5 to 10. Looking ahead on Thursday, thunderstorms likely 88 degrees, isolated thunderstorms at 88 on Friday. The weekend, more thunderstorms in the mid to upper 80s for highs, near 90 on Monday with some thunderstorms, and scattered thunderstorms in nature on Tuesday with a high of 85. Don't forget to get the latest weather information at our website, WSFD15.com. Still to come, how to avoid getting burned by sun protection products, items you're likely to see on store shelves this summer, and the right way to use them next in Health News.
I'm Stacey Johnson. You know, getting a job requires a lot more technology today than it did 20 years ago. How about some top tech tips that are going to get you hired? They're just ahead on Money Talks News.
I can't travel. I can't sit for very long. I can't stand for very long. I can't sleep. It's difficult to find any joy. It's unbelievable how just a few months of taking Nopalea, how it's changed my life, how much better I feel. You just get a total appreciation, new appreciation for life that I haven't had in so long.
With over 8 million bottles of Nopalea sold, we know it will work for you. Pick up the phone and call now. Learn how to get your 32-ounce bottle of Nopalea free. You'll also receive the Secret Killer Special Report that talks about the dangers associated with inflammation and an audio CD that explains the science behind the Nopal Superfruit.
I just know it worked. And it helped me, and it'll help you too.
Get on the road to wellness now.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
When I lost my job, I needed health benefits from my family, so I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. But wait, there's more. ICANN has programs that connect you with licensed doctors round the clock from wherever you are. And as a special bonus, if you call right now, we'll send you a no-cost, no-obligation Humana prescription drug savings card just for calling.
That's a savings of up to 50% off your prescriptions at 54,000 participating pharmacies nationwide.
So don't wait. Call ICANN right now.
Welcome back. It's been said there is nothing new under the sun, but there is a lot of new information to consider when it comes to protecting yourself from the sun. From new sunscreen pills to a wide range of SPF numbers on different products, protecting yourself from too much sun can be confusing. To help sort it all out so you won't get burned this summer, here's Clark Powell.
Given her Irish heritage and the fair skin that comes with it, Colleen O'Morrow has to be extra careful in the summer sun. Nearly every time she goes out, the sunscreen goes on, though it can get tedious.
The oil is uncomfortable on your face, or also if you're going to an outside event, it's just kind of inconvenient to have to put it on and just keep checking on it.
Like many, Colleen says she'd take shortcuts if she could, but doctors worry that looking for simple solutions in sun protection might put people at risk. For example, there are now pills on the market promising sun protection, but doctors caution there is no scientific proof that pills alone can protect you.
Currently, the research states that we don't have that just yet. So we tell patients this is not a substitute for common sense for protecting yourself with sunscreen.
Dr. Shannon Trotter is a skin cancer expert at The Ohio State University's James Cancer Hospital and Solov Research Institute. She says another shortcut patients take is buying sunscreen with a higher SPF number, thinking they can use less.
Don't fool yourself that you're getting 50 and above, that you think you can be out longer and not do that reapplication every 2 hours.
In fact, Trotter says SPF 15 blocks about 93% of harmful sun rays and SPF 30 blocks about 97%. So buying higher numbers doesn't mean you're getting that much more protection. And when choosing clothing, avoid wearing white.
Wearing shirts or clothing that are different darker shades, such as blue red or black, can actually increase your sun protection. They absorb the ultraviolet light.
Trotter says the key to enjoying the sun is respecting it and not taking shortcuts that can burn you. At Ohio State's James Cancer Hospital, this is Clark Powell reporting.
Studies are underway to develop pills that offer sun protection, but doctors say more research is needed. Antioxidants found in some medicines and supplements have shown promise, but before taking them, you should talk to your doctor because they can interact with other medications you might use. Looking for a job involves using a lot of technology today. Money expert Stacy Johnson shows us top tech tips for job hunting.
One of the strongest technology tools is LinkedIn, and that's a great way to not only put yourself out there and make people aware of your professional profile and what you've done, what you're looking to do, as well as identify those out in the field.
Sherry Saperstein, Career Development Director with Nova Southeastern University, encourages all students to use the internet to help find a job.
It's a great way to research individuals, to potentially find people that are in particular career fields of interest, that work maybe, that are alumnus of the university that you're at, that you've graduated from.
You know the expression, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That describes networking, something that's been going on since the beginning of time. Only these days, you can do a lot of it online. Let me give you some tech tips that are going to help you land your next job. Number one, put yourself on LinkedIn. It's a great way to connect with friends and colleagues and also a useful research tool. Number two, do as much research as possible on the company. Facebook and Glassdoor.com can help. Number three, put your smartphone or tablet to work. Use apps for job search, and some companies accept job applications through apps. Next, keep your profile current on professional networking sites. And finally, be professional in all your electronic communications with potential employers. Bottom line, get connected. Do your research. Use apps that are going to help you find work. But don't forget the traditional resume. Polish yours up. Use it often. And if you need more help, I've got it. Just go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for job search. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
As Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, WSFD15.com, and click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu. Sports is next.
Mom! Mom?
This mom was lucky that her daughter happened to stop by. Can your mom or dad reach a phone in such an emergency? The solution is Life Alert. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes.
Linda, thank you for finding Life Alert for me. I feel much safer having it.
Whenever my mother needed help, Life Alert was there.
Because of Life Alert, my mother's life was saved.
Life Alert definitely saved my mother-in-law's life that day. There's no doubt about it.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. That's 1-800-821-5206. Call now, 1-800-821-5206. For a free brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. 1-800-821-5206.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
When I lost my job, I needed health benefits from my family. So I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. But wait, there's more. ICANN has programs that connect you with licensed doctors round the clock from wherever you are. And as a special bonus, if you call right now, we'll send you a no-cost, no-obligation Humana prescription drug savings card just for calling.
That's a savings of up to 50% off your prescriptions at 54,000 participating pharmacies nationwide.
So don't wait. Call ICANN right now.
This is Sports Zone.
Justin Upton broke a tie by driving in 2 runs when he doubled in a 6-run 14th inning for the Atlanta Braves' first hit since the 6th, and they beat out the Miami Marlins 7-1 on Monday night. 5 Miami relievers combined to retire 24 consecutive Atlanta batters before Reed Johnson walked to start the 14th against Chris Hatcher. Jason Hayward walked with 1 out, and Upton's double scored both runners. Yunel Escobar and Ben Zobrist homer during her 3-run 7th inning, and the surging Tampa Bay Rays beat out the Minnesota Twins 7-4 on Monday night. Escobar had a leadoff tie-breaking homer in the 7th off of Samuel Deduno, who departed off of Desmond Jennings following with the triple. Caleb Thilbar entered and got 1 before Zobrist gave Tampa Bay a 6-3 lead with a 2-run shot. Tampa Bay Rays right-hander Alex Cobb, hit in the head by a ball back in June, hasn't ruled out pitching again in the next month. Cobb struck in the right ear by a line drive hit by Kansas City's Eric Hosmer on June 15th, threw off a mound for the 2nd time since being hurt before Monday night's game against Minnesota. Cobb is scheduled to have another bullpen session Thursday and hopes to face some batters soon after that. And that's today in sports. Guys, it's back to you at the news desk. I'm Aaron Cox.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Thank you so much for joining us on 15 News Now. We hope you stay connected with us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by visiting our website, that's WSFD15.com. We'll see you next time right back here on 15 News Now.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com.